Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Benefits Cool Down. That is Sam Obasanya, a.k.a. Ed Legande. I'm Eric Silverman, a.k.a. Ted Lasso. Maybe it was the opposite order. Either way, I'm Ted today. Sam, I got a quote for you, because I'm Ted Lasso. So, of course, I have a quote for you that you're going to love. You ready?
Every day.
Guys have underestimated me my entire life. And for years, I never understood why. It used to really bother me. But then one day, I was driving my little boy to school, and I saw this quote by Walt Whitman, and it was painted on the wall there. It said, "Be curious, not judgmental." I like that. Sam, do you like that?
I don't like that. I love that. Honestly, it was probably one of my favorite scenes in the show. And if you haven't watched the show, again, obviously Eric and I are big fans of the show, and that's a fantastic scene because it just humbles the individual he's speaking to at that moment in time. It makes me think of two things. When we're fortunate enough to bring on a new client relationship, a lot of times what happens is the prior broker relationship wasn't very good, or there's some negative things being said by the client about the former broker, right? And it'd be easy to kind of jump on that same kind of bandwagon and just be maybe neener about it. But for me, it's especially when I hear a quote like this, I want to understand why that relationship maybe failed, because I don't want to go down that same path, right? You want it to be a symbiotic relationship and ongoing. So, but at the same time, I've learned to get comfortable enough to challenge clients back and say, okay, when you were frustrated, how did you handle that situation? How did they handle that situation? What do you think could have made that situation better? Have you educated yourself as well on XYZ benefits that you were frustrated about, right, as well? So again, to me, this is a partnership. This is not a vendor, a transactional relationship. And there are going to be groups that I'm not a good fit for. And there's going to be groups that, that are not a good fit for us either, right? And I think that's why, our office, we believe in what we do well. But again, I think it's just a matter of making sure you're sitting on the same side of the table and understanding, how do you work? How do we work? How do we make that work together so that it's truly a solidified, a positive relationship ongoing. Secondly, I would say just about learning new things. I mean, in our business, it is impossible to know everything, for one thing. I think, jack of all trades, master of none, right? But I do think that if we're not sharpening our iron and learning new things, then, we're failing our clients. We're also failing ourselves professionally. So when I hear about a new solution, or I have a new vendor reaching out, or something of that nature, time permitting, of course, I want to learn about it. I want to understand it, and not necessarily to spray every single solution out there to every client. You obviously want to be tactful in how you do it. But what if I, ask a ton of questions, get to really understand that solution, and ultimately realize, wow, maybe this could be a good fit for some of these unique issues that we're dealing with. Or maybe not. Maybe it's a solution where you're like, you know what, that's something I want to stay away from, right? And if I come across an employer who has that, I can help guide them away, right? And so again, being curious and not judgmental, not judging a book by its cover. That's an old, very old quote in and of itself. But that curiosity, they say the curiosity killed the cat, and I think curiosity just makes you stronger.
There you go.
What do you think? How does it make you feel?
No, I love it. Curiosity didn't kill the cat. Curiosity gave the cat its 10th, 11th, 12th life, right? They say cats have 9 lives. Well, curiosity made them stronger, like you said. Look, man, you said it all. I don't have anything else I can add. I loved it. It was spot on. And, maybe I live under a rock, but I never heard of that quote, "Be curious, not judgmental," by Walt Whitman. I've heard of Walt Whitman, but if Ted Lasso, the episode, didn't mention Walt Whitman, I would have just thought it was another brilliant Ted Lasso quote. Whoever those writers are, they're obviously brilliant. Anyway, that's it. As always, appreciate everybody tuning in. Stay tuned next week for another awesome episode of the Cool Down with Ted Lasso quotes and how they can apply to business, life, etc. And if you listen this far, comment in the section below the word strawberries. Why not? Strawberries are delicious. Who doesn't like strawberries? Thanks, everybody. Later.